No time for an introduction. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today we're going to talk about booty hole mouth.
What's that?
Girl, that's a booty hole.
I've actually already done this before, but I had to delete that. So now I'm doing it again. And there's a reason why his mouth is like a booty hole. It's very satisfying. Jerry William Jones. His parents died on the ValueJet Flight 592 in 1996. And because of this, he actually got some settlement money when the plane went down. I'm not sure how much money he got, but it was a lot of money. Now, he was young, his parents were dead, and he had a lot of money, so he blew that money on drugs, cars, parties, all type of stuff. And within a few years of receiving that money from the settlement, he was pretty much broke again. Now, during this time, he actually met this woman. Her name was Melissa Peeler. And it didn't take too much longer before he was knocking her head between the washer and the dryer. And he was so delusional, thinking that everything was going good.
I'm so in love with her, and she's in love.
Now, Melissa was ducking and dodging and, taking the blows, but it didn't take too long before she realized she didn't want to be with this man anymore. And so she dipped, but not before they had a few kids together. At the time of the main event, he had a 10-month-old, a 3-year-old, and a 4-year-old with Melissa. And Melissa had a 10-year-old from a previous relationship. Not only did Melissa leave him, but she had another boyfriend who stayed in Oregon. And this pissed booty hole mouth off. For Christmas of 2003, Melissa actually went to Oregon to spend the holiday with her boyfriend while the kids stayed at her parents' house. And her sister, Georgia May, stayed next door. On January the 4th of 2004, so right after the holiday, he pulled up at Georgia May's house. He beat her up, tied her up, duct taped her, and he was just crying like a little bitch. Why doesn't Melissa want me? Now, I'm not sure what Georgia said, but it was probably something like, because you a bitch. Because after that, he got upset and he killed her. Strangled her, put a plastic bag over her head, and then pushed her body in the closet. He also got an electrical cord and strung up and strangled his 10-month-old child and strung them up as well. Then he went next door to mom and dad's house, Tom and Nola, shot Tom in the front yard, and then went inside the house and killed Nola. He then got his 3- and 4-year-old children, and when his stepdaughter got home from school, because she was 10 years old, he kidnapped her as well, and then he dipped. And then he proceeded to call Melissa to tell her what he had done. During his phone call, that's when he informed her that he killed her whole family. Due to a snowstorm, Melissa was stuck in Oregon, so she couldn't even leave at this point in time. But the police were now on the lookout for this guy. Now, he stole Tom's truck. Melissa's dad, he stole that truck, so the police knew what to look for. And the next day on the interstate, they saw him driving, and they went on a low-speed chase about 60 miles per hour, and they rear-ended him, and he spun off the road and ran into a light pole. Well, a telephone pole. The police quickly surrounded the car, and he had no way out, so he did the only thing he could think of.
What you say? That you only meant well. Well, of course you did. What you say? That is all for the best. Of course it is.
And that's why he has a booty hole for a mouth. The bullet ricocheted off his jaw, so it blew his jaw completely off, but he was left alive. The children were in the back seat, but they were unhurt, so the police were able to get the kids out, and they are alive and living regular lives. Melissa was finally able to come back in after the FBI, I believe, actually had to fly her personally out for this. But yeah, everyone is now good except for him. He's in prison and he ain't getting out. Like I said in my other video, he could whistle. What song do you think he can whistle the best? I bet you that man can do Camptown Ladies like nobody's business. But anyway, that's crazy, right?